been a week already. Ooh, Mooney, you're funny. Happy Taco Tuesday. Okay. I made Italian wedding soup tonight. Mm-hmm. And I gotta be honest, it took me hours, but I needed to make it. Cause when you're like away for a long time, and you just kind of like come home and you're like, I need to nest right now. I need to just sit home and make soup. That's what I did. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kaylin, I was just reading about the bomb cyclone. I don't know who's in the path of the bomb cyclone, but I just read that whatever the three criteria are to be considered a bomb, stop, to be considered a bomb cyclone, that whether it's like the winds, how quick it's moving, I don't know, whatever those criteria are, this particular bomb cyclone is 3 times the amount that is required to even call it a bomb cyclone. Triple bomb. So, yeah, I hope everybody to make room for cookies. Mm-hmm. Me, I'll hunker down. We're in the path. All right, stay safe, everybody. I know. It's like so crazy. And then I had these rocks, like stepping stones, put in the yard because it's like a poop factory outside. And when Wendy goes to work in the shed, she can't. So I had these stepping stones put down in the yard, but they came in like this big, like almost like a pallet, kind of. It's wood. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna just burn it. I'll just take this wood apart and I'll put it into my little fire thing outside, and I'll have like a lovely night. And Brooke was like, haven't you been paying attention? You literally can't make a fire. I was like, what? Oh, Carla, I'm so sorry. That's a little scary. So yeah, apparently like there's a bomb cyclone on the west, and on the east, we're like, don't do anything. And crap's just catching on fire. I know. Hey, Gary, thanks for being here. Yeah, they're poop dodging stones. That's exactly what they are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, energy relief and healing is with us on TikTok. Energy relief, ERH. What do you do here, ERH? It's a lady. She has a nice profile picture. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Your Hawaiian tan and toasty. Yeah. I think it's going to last like one more day and then I'll just be white again. But I did enjoy it. I think that there should be like a mandatory, like everybody gets a coupon for a week someplace hot. And like in that time frame from like approximately like October to March, you would get to go somewhere hot just to get your vitamin D. And it would be like a prescription. Like your doctor would say, we noticed in your blood work that you are low on vitamin D. Have you been feeling tired? And I'd be like, yeah, very tired. I'd be like, I'm just going to write you a prescription for Maui. Take this to the airport. And you can go, and we're just going to do it natural. We don't want to just fill your body up with pills. So you'd be like, I did Maui last year. Is there any way I can get Key West? I'd be like, yes, that I do have. I'll give you Key West this time. And mm-hmm. Yeah. It'd be so nice. Mm-hmm. I lack vitamin D. I would love to do it. Yeah, Palm Springs. I'd be like, all right, we're going to send you to Palm Springs. Really hot there. Mm-hmm. 1 week per quarter. Mm-hmm. Yes. Paige just said, can you change it to somewhere tropical instead of hot? Because Florida, 99% of the year. Yeah, you're right. It should be tropical. Or you're going to end up in Florida, girl. And there's some towns you might not want to do that in. So, Key West has chickens and roosters all over the place. What is up? Why do mainland chickens have it so bad? If the other chickens knew what these tropical chickens were up to, they are basically the 1%ers of chickens. Think about it. The rest of us are like dirty chickens. And the Hawaiians and the Key West people, 1%ers. I have to believe that. Just go to work tomorrow and be like, I am a dirty chicken. And I know it. Is your doctor taking new patients? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so crazy. In January, Puerto Vallarta. Laura, that sounds amazing. In January, that sounds exactly like what you got a prescription. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where do the Chick-fil-A chicks come from? The mainland. I mean, they do seem happy. It is a happy chicken. So I don't know. I don't know if you can tell the difference between a chicken that was happy that lived in Maui. I'm sure it's sweet. Yeah. Philippine chickens are very popular. I saw the trailer for Moana and those chickens are everywhere. They were. I drank my morning tea on my front porch with a cat and two roosters every morning in Key West. Yeah. Yeah. Beth, I am excited as well. And if I could remember where I'm going and what time, it's going to be great. Um, I was catching up with all the kids today. I haven't seen Jacqueline and Dean in forever. I think I see Dean tomorrow. I don't know when I see Jacqueline. Maybe this weekend. Mm-hmm. Did you see any eggs while you were walking around? No. Now that you say it, Bob. Mm. Once you hit that out of pocket max, everything they'd be like, listen, I have been going to the doctors just so I can hit my deductible. And I paid it. And now I want to go to Maui. Do you know how many people would stay on top of their health care? Oh, be great. Mm-hmm. I should do a tour. I don't know if you know this. Steven said you should do a tour of the island. So when I was touring One Funny Mother, and you go to this conference called APAP, they have like the Midwest, if there's a group of theaters that work together to plan a routing, it's called a consortium. So like you can have a Northeast consortium. So like if I want to say I'm in charge of Vermont and the Vecchionis are in charge of Massachusetts, like we all get together and we say, hey, we want so and so to come through. I'll book them in Vermont. Vecchionis will book them in Massachusetts, and so will book them somewhere else up there. That's called a consortium when they get together. So Hawaii has its own consortium. So like if you get one booking in Hawaii, you are hitting all the islands because it's so much money to get people from the mainland to Hawaii, like certain acts, like a band or I don't know, Irish step dancing. I'm sure that's huge in Hawaii. No, it's not. But so say that one of the people in the consortium decide that they want to like have you come play Hawaii, you actually get booked. I don't think it's all that. I don't know if you know that. Well, we talked about it. I think there's 137 or 47 islands in Hawaii, but the big ones. So maybe you'll hit 7 of the islands, but you just island hop. Can you imagine how sweet? Mm-hmm. It is, Kyle. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, you get the idea. Yeah, a pap smear in Maui. You get your mammogram in Bali. You get the idea. I feel like so many more women would be checking their boobs. So it's all good. I don't know if anybody getting I'm going to call it the holiday tingle, and not in a good way. You're like, I don't know. A holiday tingle sounds amazing. No, like realistically, I know that Christmas. Do you want me to say it? Is 6 weeks from now. And I know that Thanksgiving is 1 week from now. That math is off. I know that. But is anybody starting to feel like I have done absolutely nothing to prepare for the upcoming holiday? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, uh-oh. And now people are calling about holiday parties. And I was like, Mooney called. She's like, by the way, I'm going to have this little thing. And I was like, for what? She's like, for the holiday. And I was like, what? Is that soon? She's like, mm-hmm. Yeah. I call it anxiety. I know. I thought tingle sounded like a better word, but it's not. Mm-hmm. So, all right, Amy. Amy's ready. Having 18 for dinner, not one thing done. Don't want to clean or prep anything. Stress is mounting. Yeah. Just wish I had my cards ordered. You do card. I can't. Yeah. No. Getting my turkey tomorrow and putting up my tree. All right. Birthday and done after Vegas. Okay. Yeah. I am surprised every year. I don't know why they don't just announce it that Christmas is on the 25th. It would just be so much more helpful. But you know how it moves. And I have so much coming up between like the show this weekend, Thanksgiving, then Vegas, and then boom, it's December 10th. And then boom, it's December 25th. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does everyone have their outfits for Friday night? Yeah. So I was just thinking about that. I need to go to a Goodwill and I need to go find an outfit. Diana is in my cohort. We are partners in our costume. I don't know if she remembered that, but we are. I turned 60 on Christmas Day. Susan, good for you. So yeah, I'm starting to feel that a little bit. So raise your hand if you have a fire extinguisher in your house. This is me just doing random research. Can you raise your hand? Just say fire extinguisher, no fire extinguisher. We're about to find out who are the responsible people in this group. I bet I could get. You do? Christine does. Heather does. Yes, but I don't know where. Okay, not helpful. A lot of you. I have 5. What are you doing in your house that you need 5? Somewhere. What? I'm going to guess Missy doesn't have one, but Jeremy's pretty responsible. I do. Nope, but I, And one of those blankets. Yes. No, there's more yeses. Yes, and a fire blanket. It's 15 years old. You got to update it. Under the counter, expired. I am not responsible. One on each floor. What's the question? The question is, do you have a fire extinguisher? And the fire extinguisher blanket. Should I get a blanket? Okay, so this is what happens today. I won because our apartment complex went by so fast. Wait, Missy, you have a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket? Did Jeremy buy it? You did not buy it. Just tell me, Missy, you didn't buy it. I'd like to believe that comedians would never think to buy it. I'm married to firefighters. We have one. Yeah, they expire. I rent. The landlord provided one. Do you have one? Well, let's talk about it. I love the blanket. Why is everybody? Where are you keeping these blankets? What are you supposed to do? You bought them, Missy? Why didn't you mention it to me? Okay, here's what happened. Nothing here. Tuck and roll, baby. Catherine Fife is tucking and rolling. I don't know what a fire blanket is either. All right, so here's what happened. So I was like, I have a fire extinguisher down the shore, but I don't have one here. So I was like, you know what? Let me get my life together. I'm gonna be a lady who has a fire extinguisher. So I know this conversation. We're about to grow up. Okay, here we go. I have no idea how to use them. Thank you. All right, let's talk about it. So I found when that stove was being put in, I found the fire extinguisher. It's like a range stove. So like underneath it, it's like real gross and disgusting. And that's where the fire extinguisher was, obviously. And, but it was like really old. I don't know how to use it. Whatever. I do have fire alarms. Alarms everywhere. So, and I live on one floor. So I guess I figure I'm just going to pop through a window. I guess I'm like, I'm not putting anything out. Girl, I got to run. I got to throw dogs out the window. I don't know. Whatever. So I find this fire extinguisher. Okay. I scratch for you. So I'm looking on it. So I Google, how do you know if a fire extinguisher is good? Well, it says it's very simple. Just look on the bottom of the fire extinguisher. It will have a date on it. Everybody go find your fire extinguisher. It will have a date on it, and it'll tell you if it's still good. I look everywhere. No date. So then I find another one, a little smaller one downstairs. And I was like, all right, I guess this one's good. Either way, I go online. I was like, what does the township say you need to have? Fine. So I decide. So then I look up. I'm like, I'm positive this giant one that was under the stove, since like when I bought this house, I'm positive it's expired. Like there's going to be a fire. I'm going to be sitting here and just go bloop, bloop, nothing. Fine. So I download the information from the fire marshal in the town. And I was like, I'm going to take all these fire extinguishers over to the fire marshal, because I don't know if you know this, but you can't just throw a fire extinguisher in the trash. Yeah. Melinda, how do you know this? 2A10BC. These are letters that don't mean anything. So I decide the best thing I can do is go to my township website. It says a bunch of stuff I don't understand. I'm going to gather everything. I'm going to go talk to the fire marshal. Fine. I get in my car. I drive over there. And my arms are filled with fire extinguishers. Okay. My niece kicked a box with an old one in it. The whole room was covered in white. Oh my gosh. Yeah, mine said, crap. Mine says expired in 10/29/24. That was a week ago, a month ago. Yeah, I got to go see a fire marshal. You don't have to. But everybody go get your fire extinguisher. This just turned into an after-school special. Everybody go get your fire extinguisher. I don't know how to get rid of. Okay, so let me tell you what he said. Our fire department will actually come install free smoke detectors and CO2. Not mine. Okay, here we go. Melinda knows stuff. She says, I work at a hardware store that sells them. Melinda, those numbers and letters were right. So if you have information or if I'm saying something wrong, please let me know. So I go and I got all these fire extinguishers. I got the papers that are like printed out from the internet. I go in and I can't find it. Exactly, Paula. Look, hold on. Let me get a fire. Jason, can you get my fire extinguishers out of the car? I think they're in the back seat. I know that's a weird question. Yeah, there's sadly a bunch. There's 2 in the back of my car. I'm going to show you where he finally showed me where the thing was.
Where's your keys?
In my purse, probably in the kitchen. Yeah, mine is from 1992. Okay. Mine says 2010. Okay, listen to me. Okay, we should have a fireman here. What if I call them? Do you think they'll make a house call and just a whole bunch of firemen will show up and be like, we just have some questions about fire extinguishers? Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I knock on the door. A man who looks like slightly annoyed that someone came to the door, because I can't imagine there's a lot of people like stopping by the fire marshal. So I stop in and I say, hey, listen, I can't figure out when to put my large trash on the curb, and we're talking fire extinguishers. Well, let me tell you what he had said to me. So I said, listen, I'm trying to get this thing, and this keeps telling me that the expiration date's on here, and I can't find it. And he says, well, I can tell you that one's expired. I was like, how did you know? He's like, look at it. It's disgusting. I was like, take it down. I said, what about the one in the box? It's a smaller one. He says, well, I can tell by the amount of dust on it, it's probably expired. I go, I feel like you don't know where I live. And I think that you're judging the amount of dust on here, and I have a lot of dogs. And I actually think that this one's probably pretty accurate, and you're making a lot of judgy statements about my house. He, just so you know, did not laugh at any of this. Okay. So he said, so this one is definitely out. I go, okay, what about this one? So we opened it up, and he shows me the expiration date. It's from 2023, so still good. I said, okay, so this one is still good. And he says, yeah, but it's the wrong size. I said, then why are they selling it if it's the wrong size? He said, you have to go and you have to get whatever Melinda said a few minutes ago, this something, something, something with these letters. And you go to go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, and they'll be like, this is the one you need. Mm-hmm. So, using a fire extinguisher. Remember, pass, pull the pin, aim, squeeze, sweep. That is not easy. What? I thought you were going to say stop, drop, and roll. That I got. But pass, pull the pin, aim, squeeze, sweep. Sweep. Anyway, so I'm over here like cracking jokes. I'm like, so there it is, 2A 10 BC. Melinda wrote it down. Mm-hmm. Including the turkey, they had aluminum, so she took her the foil and rinsed off the turkey before she fed it to her family. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sweep side to side. Now my husband is gloating because he bought the fire blanket. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot. Donna, exactly. You got to stick with stop, drop, and roll. I don't know what you're saying. Thank you, baby. All right. So this is the one that he said. I didn't know we were going to do a tutorial. This is the one he says is real stupid and old. But this one, he was making a lot of judgments about it, and it was covered with a lot of dust. I think I went when I got outside. Okay, but let me show you. Because I couldn't find a date on that big one. A lot of words. Mm-hmm. We have a fire blanket. I don't know what I would even do with a fire blanket, but I'm going to have to get one. Be like, you guys. And my kids, you know what? They would cuddle with it. They would take a fire blanket and I would walk in and they would be cuddling with the dogs. It'd be covered with dog. If it has the word blanket in it, it's going to be covered with dog hair. All right, hold on. Okay, so look. You're not going to be able to see it. Hold on. You see that little square right there? That's it. 2023. Just so you know, I learned a lot of pre-algebra in high school. Sine, cosine, no idea what it even means. But I don't know where the expiration date is or how to use this. And I think that this, just in general, is a problem with society, just so you know. Anyway, so I says to him, okay, well, now that you've put it on your list to do tomorrow, I says to him, okay, so I can't use this one because it's too small. He says, no. How long are they good for? He said, I don't know. Melinda, do you know? Is it a year? I don't know. Are there firefighters here? Who can answer this question? So, so I said to him, I go, all right, well, I'm going to be careful with this. I go, well, what do I do with that? He goes, well, you have to throw it away. And I said, well, I went online and I Googled, like, can you throw your fire extinguisher in the trash? And it said, no. He was like, no, you have to empty it first. I said, what? He says, you have to empty it first. I said, what? How am I supposed to do that? He goes, you just got to open the pin and just blow it all out. And when it's empty, then you put it in the trash. I said, I put it in recycling. He was like, no, just put it in the trash. I go, but it's metal. And he said, no. So tomorrow, it's got a zip tie on it. I know. I don't think it's supposed to be there. I'm scared. Ann's like, I'm scared. I get mine recharged every 2 years. I don't even know what that means. So he said, I have to get a giant trash bag, pull the pin, blow everything out of here. He was like, yeah, you just empty it and then put it in the trash. I go, how would one empty it? He goes, in your yard. I go, like, in my, just going to be puffs of white, like foam all over my yard. He goes, well, you can do that, or you can just put it into a trash bag. Who's doing what? I know. Tanny. I was like, that makes more sense. I know. Janice. So this is going to be me tomorrow. Emptying at least this one. And I guess can we bring our old one? See you? Yeah, I have a new service where I just stand in my yard and I just empty fire extinguishers. I'm telling you, this is the kind of stuff. Can you please film it so we can see how it works? Oh, I'm sure this will be. Can you do it on the morning show? I probably could. I'd have to set it up. Yeah. Who's got that kind of time? That's what I'm saying. Uh-oh. Mine says 2017 at the bottom. Girl, check your fire extinguisher. Yeah. Hold on. Let me Google what it says. How long is a fire extinguisher good for? The lifespan depends on the type of extinguisher and its condition. I don't know what that. It says, although they don't have a true expiration date, traditional fire extinguishers generally have a 10 to 12-year life expectancy. Disposable, non-chargeable fire extinguishers should be replaced every 10 years. I don't even know what a rechargeable is. But it's supposed to be like, yeah, what does it say about dust? I don't know. Like if it's rusty, yeah. If it's rusty, get rid of it. Mm-hmm. Can the blankets replace an extinguisher by the rules? I don't think so. They didn't say nothing about a blanket. Yeah. It says on the extinguisher if it's rechargeable. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The commercial ones are rechargeable. The home ones are not. Thank you, Anne. Mine is real dusty. Just cleaned it. It can be refilled. You have to have the different ones for electrics. It's so interesting. A rechargeable fire extinguisher will have a little fitting like a bicycle or car tire fitting to recharge it. Yeah, we watched you clean your chandelier. We'll definitely watch you discuss a fire extinguisher. I know. Can you use it more than once? No, I don't think so. I think once you open it, you can't open it again. Rechargeables have an inspection bag. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, no. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Mm-hmm. No, mine at the shore is definitely not rechargeable. But it has to be like in a certain spot. It has to be like on the wall, near a door. It's a whole thing. I don't really. Mm-hmm. A fire blanket is good for small contained areas, well worth having, but you need an extinguisher too. Yeah. Yeah. No, but his face, he A, did not find me entertaining at all. B, hated that I asked questions. And I was just like, listen, I've never thought about this stuff. I've never had to discuss it with anybody. I don't even know what words you're saying. But the foam is toxic, so stay away from the dogs. Yeah, I pulled mine and took a picture of the code. I need to retake the picture. Only got part of the code. Yeah. You're better off purchasing an ABC fire extinguisher. I don't know what that says. It says on mine to inspect monthly. How the heck do you know to look for? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, brick and brush. Oh, wait. Yeah. Brick and brush. Are you the one that did this? Tell me your name again. Because you did a fantastic job. And I want to do a video because I want to do the outside wall at some point. But I do want to tell everybody about you. And I want to tag you in it because you did an amazing job. Arms full of fire extinguishers. Full. My dryer caught on fire. I was so proud I used my fire extinguisher until the fire department arrived. What? Lauren, I want to get in touch with you because you did such an amazing job. And this looks so completely different. So Lauren came, I don't know, Lauren, was it last year? Maybe 2 years ago? So Lauren was kind of at the beginning of the process of me kind of flipping this house. This was one of the first things that we did was to have her come and paint this. And if you have brick in your house that you are, we got to do your back wall. Right. Antique live watch. I would love it. I know. I've got to get it together. Because my one girlfriend, Lauren, drives by the house. Wendy will drive by my house. So on the other side of this wall, there's a brick wall. It's part of the carport. And Wendy will be like, I just want to say you did such a great job with your house, except for the wall in your carport is super ugly. And I would really like if you would paint it because it upsets me every time I drop by. And I was like, okay, that felt like a lot of words that you said. But Lauren, I have not forgotten you. I'm actually at the tail end of finishing this house. And I want to be able to do like before and after of all of the things that we did. I did. I say we a lot, but it's me walking into the fire marshal and going, I don't know what you want me to do with these. Oh, Wendy's around. She's busy. She's busy with the trip and lots of stuff. And she's been working overtime. And we've all been kind of jumping in and helping with all the things that Chris was doing before. And so the team has been really great, kind of keeping things afloat because I have been, traveling a lot and then the book and everything. So yeah, I haven't actually been able to get everybody together. So kudos to Wendy. I'm so ready for the trip. And I saw that Tanya decided to write a packing list for a trip that's 2 weeks from now that I have not packed for at all. And I got angry. I did not get the hole in the bedroom fixed. So that is still on the list. Mm-hmm. Dina, does Jason know anything about fire extinguishers? I do not get that impression. Ho is the book. You know what, Joey Joe? I'm going to call the book Ho. Ho is the book. I'm pretty sure you meant how is the book, but I'm going to call it Ho. Girl, you know I'm packing this weekend. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tanya, did you see my mom's note? You had posted that you were starting to pack in your packing list. Did you see what Diana said? Diana just threw down. Here's my mom. Now, just so you know, 6 months ago, my mom would not get on a plane. She wasn't going anywhere. I don't need this in my life. What if the plane goes down? Real antsy. Now she answered Tanya. Tanya was like, just so you know, I've already started packing for the trip. Here's Diana. She goes, Tanya, I travel so much now. I actually bought doubles of everything. And I just never unpack. My bag is packed all the yeah, because she travels all the time. Tanya, who is she? Who is Diana? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's what I want to say. Look me in the face. Ready? When your old people tell you, I'm not going to do that, you force them. Force your old people to do things. Even if they're very angry. I have forced Diana to do a lot of things. And guess what? Yeah, great time. Great time. So, yeah, it's been very funny. I haven't bought luggage yet, Tracy. Tracy, get it together. You want Tanya to come over, buy the luggage? She'll come pack you up. She could have a service. Mm-hmm. She's living it up, Melissa. She's living a dream. She got double of everything. She's ready to go. And I was just cracking up because when we started touring together, we were local. And so we were driving like to Massachusetts or wherever. She would get in the car with 24 bags and a case of water, and I said, I want you to know that when we start traveling by plane, like you can't bring 24 bags. Like you get 2 bags. She's like, I know, I'm going to be fine. I go, you're not. It's not going to be fine. And so when she showed up with 24 bags on our first trip to somewhere we were going, like on a plane, all my kids went to help her. I said, no, do not help grandma. The rule is that whatever you bring, you have to be able to carry. And if you can't carry it on your own, don't bring it. So what did she do? She got a whole nugget filled with snacks and then a little bag that has some clothes in it. That's it. But she learned real quick. I said, nobody's going to help you. But she's been going to the gym, so now she can lift up a whole suitcase full of Oreos. So it's all worked out. Mm-hmm. She got her go bag, Bob. She's ready to go. And she did feed everybody on the plane a couple times. I'm forcing my parents to spend Christmas and New Year's at Disney. You got to force old people. Old people don't like to do anything. Mm-hmm. She did, Amy. That's why. I'm not saying that she traveled with less snacks. I'm just saying she got the snacks on wheels. And then she had her suitcase, but it was the kind of suitcase, it was the old one that only 2 of the wheels move. You know how like now 4 wheels move? Remember the old days when only 2 and you were basically a serial killer? When we started traveling and I was like, Diana, you need 4 wheels. We're not doing this 2-wheel thing. Mm-hmm. No, Tara, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. I made her sign up for TSA pre-check. She is on point now. She'll always leave something at the security checkpoint, so we don't let her go through by herself. But, baby steps. Baby steps. Mm-hmm. My mom is 86 and can run circles around me. I know. That's what you want. That's what you want. So it all works out. I know. Di should have. I made Jamie get her TSA. I make everybody get TSA. Like if you're traveling with me, if you don't have TSA, I don't know who you are. It's literally, what is it? Like $70 for 5 years. 5 years with TSA pre-check. And now the TSA pre-check, the line is getting longer, but still not as long as the regular people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember when we had hard suitcases with no wheels? No. Mm-mm. Yeah. Eileen, you don't have TSA pre-check? I don't know if I can talk to you. I'm 66 and I'm forcing myself to go to Italy. Good for you. Global entry. No friend of mine. I do. We had a trip and Chris was coming with us, and Chris is the only one that didn't have TSA pre-check, and I love her. But I looked at her and I was like, "Good luck. I hope you make the trip." I was like, "No, Tara, it's still worth it. It's still worth it." TSA is more complicated for us Canadians, really? Well, if you ever come, I know global entry is next level. I don't even have global entry. That's like really boozy. Mm-hmm. I know, Kylie. I shouldn't tell anybody. Even if you don't, what is TSA? I told you I've never been to an airport. Okay, Ann. Listen. TSA pre-check is it's $70, and you just have to go make an appointment with somebody in your local area, and you have to bring, you know how like you go to the DMV and you have to bring so many points for this for the passport and so many points for your driver's license, but it's a separate line when you get to the airport, and they do charge for it, Megan, but it's $70 and it lasts 5 years. To me, it's totally worth it. And we had TSA and I felt like a queen. Yeah. Of course I am, Amy. I'm still trying. Maybe I can convince Diana that we're going on a trip and I'll just take her for a colonoscopy, but she'll have her whole bag packed. So it'll feel like it's real exciting. Yeah. But it's a shorter line normally to go through TSA pre-check. And if you're really feeling bougie, you can get clear. If you're feeling really, really bougie, you can get global entry, but I don't know how much that is. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Clear trumps TSA for sure. And I had clear when I was traveling a lot. And that's not that expensive. That's $100, but it's for a year. But I was traveling almost every weekend, so it made sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Um, you do have to make sure it's marked on your ticket for sure. But it's not that difficult, and I think it's worth it. I think what is a passport is like 7 years now. I have to get my passport. Chris is doing well. We went to dinner last night. And she is hanging in. I think she has like her good days and her bad days, but overall, you would never guess that she is a bionic woman and they just bought her a new heart. You would never guess. So, but she did say it was interesting. So Chris is 60. She's turned 60, and she said when Chris just had an open heart triple bypass. I'm not saying anything that she didn't say I could say. She said I could say anything I want. And I was like, I don't want to do that. These are your stories. And she said that she actually wanted me to share these stories because she thinks, as do I, heart disease is the number one killer of women. That is for sure. That's not just Chris and I saying that. It is the number one killer of women. And for her specifically, and lots of women, it's very insidious. Like you do not know that it's even happening. And for her, it was just showing as headaches and some high blood pressure. And when she went in for her echo, it's the one where they go up and they check it. It wasn't echocardiogram. It's the other one. You know what I'm talking about. Cardiac catheterization. It showed that she actually needed triple bypass, open heart within a week. So her boobs look great. yeah, hers wasn't showing much. But she did say when she had the surgery that she exercised with us a lot. So she was in pretty good shape otherwise. But she said she was the youngest one on the cardiac floor, and that most of the people that were having this surgery were like in their 70s, and they were all really having a much harder time, uh, trying to recoup from it, right? It's 10 years, but she's like, I know it's crazy and it happened super quick. She said, but I'm actually glad that I got it done at 60 and not at 70. But she's been doing really well. So, uh, yeah. So, oh, she loved them, Kezia. So I picked up all the cards when I went to see her just before I left for Hawaii. And we sat there and she opened all the cards. She loved it. She was like, oh my gosh, this card is from Oregon. Oh my gosh, this card is from New Mexico. She just, did the heart condition happen after surgery? No, she found out from the cardiac catheterization that she even had a heart condition. She didn't know. Yeah. It was. Hers was a widowmaker, they told her later. So she was lucky that she was, identified. But, her and I were having conversations. And it was really funny because, she's really like just sharp. And we just started noticing that she was like forgetting stuff. It was really kind of under the radar, and we had lots of conversations, and I was like, are you feeling okay? She went to the doctor. She was getting lots of different evaluations and nobody was finding anything. And she said afterwards, I feel much more awake. I feel sharper. And I was like, that's because I think your brain is finally getting all of the blood that it was supposed to. Like, just kind of over time, she had a complete blockage of one and a pretty significant blockage of two other valves. So my husband had a quadruple bypass at 55, 14 years ago. Um, So yeah, it does. It presents very differently in women than men. So, but why was she having this test in the first place? Like I said, she was having headaches, which would not have given anybody an inclination that this was happening. But her blood pressure kept going up. And so she had been under the care of a doctor that had given her medicine for blood pressure. But even on her regular medicine, it was elevated. So then they had given her a new medicine. And even on the new medicine, it was still elevated. And so her daughter is a nurse, and she had said to her daughter, she had said to me, like, I have a migraine. I'm not feeling good. Like, we would make plans for a meeting. And I know, Katie, this is a really uplifting Tipsy Tuesday. Do you have a fire extinguisher? Do you have heart disease? Oh, fun. But anyway, so it was really the blood pressure. Yeah. So from Rainy Chicago. Hey, Gloria. But she's doing great. So, just pay attention to things, ladies. I know. Yeah, Coley, you got to get checked out. Yeah. I know. Lots of PSAs tonight. So I'm going to save somebody's life, whether it's from a fire or a heart attack, or a heart attack during a fire, or a fire during a heart attack. But one of you are going to owe me a lot, just so you know. I'd be like, I'm alive because of Tipsy Tuesday. And I would like that on a shirt. Mm-hmm. We do. We do. Melissa, do you remember? I saved somebody's life from a stroke. Remember? I'm having a stroke. Remember that weird commercial? And I told you about it. And it was like on the radio. And it was a lady. And she was like, hey, do you want to go out this weekend? And she was like, I'm having a stroke. She was like, I was thinking we can go out, maybe grab something to eat. And she was like, I'm having a stroke. And it was such a weird commercial, but I talked about it. And it was just this idea that, like, you could be talking to somebody and they're just not able to communicate to you that something. Yeah, exactly, Judy. I think the word you're looking for is hero. Yeah, no, crazy. So, yeah. What? I have silent strokes and found out after complaining of a terrible headache. CT found that I have Moya disease. Rachel, are you making words up? What's Moya disease? I saved my mother in law's life 3 weeks ago from choking. So scary, but I was glad I was there. What? Oh, that's nice, Kezia. Yeah, from Ho to Hero. Thank you, Katie. That's the title of the book. Yeah. So you just never know. Every day. All right, Catherine, we'll be thinking about you. Elevator beeping hasn't resolved me. I'm going to get her checked for heart disease. Yeah. Melanie. Yeah. Always Marianne. So I work with several persons have strokes in front of me when I worked at the senior high rises as the manager. Yeah. Elizabeth, I just got back from Hawaii. I was there for like 10 days. So that's the only reason I have a nice tan. It'll be gone by next week. I'll be white again. So, anyway. So listen, I think we had a great night tonight. I don't know that it was hysterical, but I do know that a number of you have fire extinguishers at your house. You need to hang up with me and go check them. My brother, who is a tennis pro, walked himself into the ER on a Monday because he felt really tired and winded. They tested his blood and found out he was having a heart attack. When they went in to check the blockage and hopefully just a stent, they found 4 blockages. He had open heart quadruple bypass surgery Friday. Wow. Last Wednesday, my mom was not feeling well, asked me to come drive her home from her dentist appointment. She was having a stroke and I took her straight to the hospital. What? My husband had too many shows and they still can't find the cause. Listen, there's a lot of stuff happening in the world. So take care of yourselves. Check your fire extinguishers. All right? Make sure all your old people are good. And basically just remember this show. I saved a lot of lives. I don't think so. But this one's still good if anybody's house is a tiny house and uses a tiny fire. I don't know. I don't know why they would sell this if it's not the right size, but apparently they do. But contact your local township and find out which one you should have. I was with a customer today. My body was getting a stitch on my left side. I thought, I don't know what that means, Lynn. I'll be tracking this. Okay. I am my old people. Oh, is that what it's good for a car? Is that one apartment size? I don't know, Tanya. Maybe there'll be a giveaway on the trip. I don't know that I can travel to Vegas. I have a fire extinguisher in my bag for my friend Tanya. I'll be like, you can't travel with a fire extinguisher. Why not? Oh, Michelle, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's for a little fire. Yeah. Yeah. I just got the hero blanket, actually double ordered, so everyone I know is getting one. Oh, Meredith. No, my mom, I'm positive, doesn't know how to use this fire. I don't even know if Day has one, but it's my new obsession, you know. I'm going to make sure everybody's safe. Got a good toilet seat. Got a fire extinguisher. So, yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, listen, thanks for joining me. I'll be live tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to talk. Yeah, a gift exchange. All fire extinguishers. Yeah. Oh, a stitch is a sharp pain. I know. Thanks, Pat. All right. Well, listen, everybody. Have a great night. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. Who knows what we'll talk about? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what time it is according to my body. But thanks for watching as always. And looking forward to seeing everybody in Wisconsin this weekend. If you haven't bought your tickets, we'll be in Wausau, Wisconsin this weekend on Saturday. So check it out. And thanks for watching as always. Have a great night, a blessed night. And I'll see you in the morning. Have a good one. Bye-bye.